Hello and welcome back to part 2 of Jose Napoles versus Hedgemon Lewis fight study. We are starting off in round 8 of 15 rounds. Napoles has been turning up the heat in the last couple rounds. Lewis has been boxing beautifully, feinting, using his jab, staying out of trouble. Right there, moving around, trained by Eddie Futch. Now Napoles is doing the job of the attacker, while Hedgemon Lewis is sometimes attacking, but mostly moving back, using his jab, like I said, trying to stay away from Napoles's power shots. I love it when two guys are matched up where they're the same size, same height. You could really see the boxing ability. There's no real reach advantages or anything like that a fighter has to work through. They're both equally, they basically look the same body-wise, even the hair. Beautiful uppercut by Lewis. Lewis is in the blue. Napoles is in the black and red, and he just took another left to the body. Now Lewis is quite fast, especially in the earlier rounds. Napoles seems to be the harder puncher though. Talked a lot about the jabbing game that Lewis was playing, the feinting that he's been doing. Napoles' great uppercuts. So we'll see how this fight carries on into the later rounds. We'll see if Napoles comes on stronger, or if Hedgemon Lewis can keep him away with that jab and counter sometimes. Beautiful right to the body right there. Nice right hand. And then followed by a left. Nice little feint right there by Lewis. Nice left to the body by Napoles. Boom. Left hand to the face, to the chin just missed, but the left hand to the body looked like it landed. Nice little uppercut. With 15 rounders, like I mentioned before, it's hard to really study what they're trying to do in the earlier rounds, especially even in round 8 sometimes. We'll start to see more clearly what the game plan is around round 9 and 10 up till round 15 if there's no knockout. Nice left to the body, and the round is done. So Eddie Futch is in the corner of Lewis, I believe. What's his name? The trainer Muhammad Ali. Angelo Dundee was the coach and trainer of Napoles, I believe so. So you got two great trainers and two great fighters. Nice slip right there. Bang, right on the dot. I like these old spit buckets that they had. They had a hose, and then they'd just be part of the ring. It's pretty cool. And, oh, he missed that uppercut. But that's what Napoles, in my opinion, is very good at, is his uppercuts, especially the right uppercut. He's caught Lewis with a couple of those so far. Nice hook off the jab right there. Napoles seems to be turning up the heat a little bit. Going to the body a lot. So I've watched the first 7 rounds of this fight a couple times, but I never finished it. So this is going to be new for me also. Lewis looks like he landed some good punches here. They look like they might have missed, except for a couple. When you got two guys that have such good defense, it's hard to land clean on each other, even if you have a really good offense. So it's a lot of missing, and that kind of tires out the fighter also. Missing a punch tires you out a lot more than landing a punch. Because at least when you land a punch, there's something to stop the momentum you're putting into the punch. But when you miss a punch, you got to stop that momentum yourself and bring your hand back, and that tires you out a lot more than when you land a big shot. Lewis looks like he's doing most of the grabbing. Napoles is trying to work. Nice work by Napoles. Like I said, fighters that in the 15 rounders, rounds, I want to say 5 to 8, or even a little bit later. It depends on the fighter, but then in the later rounds, you really start to see them put up the pace and really start going for it. It's not a 12 rounder where you got to start working hard after the 3rd round. You got 3 more rounds, so you can kind of study the fighter more and take your time. You don't want to burn out towards the end. Like I said in the first part of this fight study, 15 rounders are more like a marathon, even more than a 12 rounder. So you got to know when you're going to jog, when you're going to sprint, when you're going to take it easy, when you're going to push it. The most important thing is to finish strong. So that comes with experience, knowing when you should push yourself, when you should take some rounds off. I love Napoles' style. He just comes in, digging up those uppercuts and hooks. I really like that right hand he throws to the body. Reminds me of Canelo's, or Canelo's right hand to the body reminds me of his, because he came first. But you see him turning the knuckle when he throws that right there. Threw that over 50 times already. And he just keeps on moving. He doesn't really stop. That is round 9, I believe. I'm really excited to see rounds 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think that's where we're going to see who's the best out of both. And I think they should bring that back for today's fights. I think 12 rounds, you can kind of steal a fight in 12 rounds because you don't have to put up with those extra 3 at the end. I think if we had 3 more rounds, we'll see a lot of guys that win fights actually maybe lose, because the other guy might be more able to push through those last 3 rounds. So I think anything after 15 is too much, but I think 15 rounds for a championship fight is just right, because you really see who has the mental fortitude to keep it pushing, the stamina, the game plan, and the experience, and all of that stuff. I think 12 rounds it's too close to 10. It's basically a 10-round fight with 2 extra rounds. When you got 15, you got 10 rounds, then you got 5 extra ones. So I think that's a lot better, but for safety reasons, I don't think he'll be coming back anytime in the near future or ever. So Hedgemon Lewis has been using his jab, countering sometimes, attacking sometimes, trying to move away. Napoles was kind of going along with it, but now he seems to be pressing the pace a lot on Lewis, and we'll see how Lewis can handle this pressure, if he can or if he can't. Right there, you see Napoles making an effort to constantly come forward and throw a lot of punches. Lewis is trying to grab him, move out the way, burn some time. He's holding his hand. Lewis is. He's controlling the left hand of Napoles right there in the clinch. I see him just trying to hold on, not really trying to fight back. Nice hook off the jab. Now I'm probably the biggest fan of the jab, but I think Hedgemon Lewis used his jab very well in the first 5 to 6 rounds. By now he should start to fight more, throw uppercuts and hooks, and combat the pressure of Napoles, but he just might not have the power to combat it. He might not have he looks like he has the stamina, but he just might not be able to go up against Napoles. He seems still trying to jab, but he's getting caught with bigger and bigger punches. His game plan should shift a little bit at this point, and he should start fighting a little bit more, because he can't seem, if he could keep Napoles out like that, what he just did there, for not let him get in on him, maybe then he could keep on jabbing and throwing single shots. But if Napoles can get closer like that, that doesn't look good for Lewis on the scorecards. A fight that I really wanted to see recently go to 15 rounds was Beterbiev versus Bivol. I think if that went 15 rounds, we would have saw a different fight than what we did in 12 rounds. I see Napoles is shoveling up those punches, very crisp punches, and just moving in. Lewis grabbing him, pushing him back. Now I see Lewis working on the inside. Nice jab by Lewis. Nice jab again. Nice, oh, beautiful jab. Nice left hook from Napoles. Nice left hook again. Nice left hook again. He just keeps on punching, doesn't stop. Nice body work. And if you watch the first part, he invested heavily in the body shots. Napoles did, so they might be taking their toll in a couple rounds right now. Nice left to the body from Lewis. And that is it for, that might have been round 10. Yeah, I think that was round 10. They don't put the rounds on the screen right now in this fight, so kind of get lost sometimes. But at this point, you start to see Hedgemon Lewis kind of folding a little bit. He's not really folding under the pressure, but he can't keep up with the activity and the pressure of Napoles. Nice job right there. I think he gets him with another one. Oh, they don't show it. That guy looks like Marquez in the back a little bit. And you'll see Napoles do his little dip right here. He does that before every round. Nice jab from Napoles. We'll see if he presses the action in this round. I think this is the 10th round. He might be coasting this one, or he's trying to go a little bit harder. But he seems a little bit more relaxed this round than the previous ones. And like I mentioned before, 15 rounds, you got to know which rounds to push, which rounds to study, which rounds to take off. Taking off a round means just being in there to just coasting through a round, saving your energy for the rounds after. Nice body shot. Nice body shot by Napoles. No, he seems not to be taking this round too easy. These guys are amazing fighters. See, Hedgemon Lewis does good work with the jab there, but does it score the points versus Napoles that's coming forward with the heavier punches? Napoles has a lot of experience during this fight. I think either 60-something fights he has already. He's 31 years old, so very experienced. Hedgemon Lewis a little bit younger, I believe. These guys are going with a lot of uppercuts to the body. Ooh, nice uppercut right there. The other thing about this fight that's interesting is Napoles isn't the one that has to come forward. He's the champion. Usually see the contender is the one coming forward. But the roles are reversed in this one. Usually a close fight gets given to the champion. Most of the time the challenger has to take that title by beating up the champion, not just outboxing them. Unless they really outbox them, they got to really take it off of them. Nice right there. Left to the body followed by a left hook. Now a fight could turn in with 3 big punches, 3 clean punches. You could see a huge shift in a fight. I've seen that a lot of times before. So maybe if Napoles could land a couple more big shots, we'll see a big difference moving on in the later rounds. I think that was either the end of round 10 or I think that was the end of round 10. This fight might have been later in the career when Angelo Dundee wasn't in the corner of Napoles anymore, because this is when he had like 60 plus fights. I'm not sure how long they worked together for, if he's still in his corner or what the case is, but I was watching a documentary about Angelo Dundee, and he would go down to Cuba and find fighters, and one of them was Napoles, I believe. So I might have worked with him earlier in his career. Now you see the difference between the starting of the round before this one versus this round. Now you see the high activity of Napoles. Let's see if he could keep it up and if he could break down Hedgemon Lewis. beautiful right there. Left to the body, left hook to the chin. Love those double hands from Napoles. Now, in my opinion, Hedgemon Lewis should have switched his guard a little bit at this point. He still has his left hand fairly low, using it to jab, keeping the right hand up. I think he should bring that left hand a little bit higher and start to trade with the bigger punches, even though he might not be the strongest. But having that left hand low, it doesn't look like it's going to keep Napoles away. Napoles seems determined to move in and slip those jabs and move in and land the bigger punches. Like right there, watch that head movement. Nice, nice, nice. Those double left hands from Napoles are beautiful. That was a nice left to the body from Lewis. Nice left hook from Lewis again, counter. Nice left hook again. Oh, nice left hand to the body by Lewis. He turned it on a little bit himself at the end of that round. Ooh, that was nice. Right on the button, right on the chin. I see how Lewis has control of that left hand or that right hand of Napoles. Something I like to do is tie up one arm at a time. It's not best for the fans, but you can kind of control your opponent a little bit easier. If you control the left hand, you can guess that the right hand is going to be thrown at you, and vice versa. So it's a little bit easier to defend instead of letting them throw two punches with both hands. You control one of them, so you kind of have a guess of what punches are coming, so you could better defend, and you could kind of rest a little bit. Now, the thing is, Lewis is fighting like the champion. He's the one sitting on the back foot, popping his jab, keeping Napoles away. But the truth is, Napoles is the champion, so he's getting two credits. First of all, he's coming into this fight as a champion, and he's the one pushing the pace. So in the judges' eyes, that gives the champion more credit than what Lewis is doing by just trying to keep him away with those jabs and stepping back. As a challenger, you got to go in there and try to win the fight. You got to take it away. You got to beat up the champion. Lewis seems to be doing that in some pockets, but not all the time. A lot of the time of the round, he's moving back and kind of just happy to keep the fight away from him, not really trying to push the pace. Napoles is the complete opposite. He's trying to move in. He's slipping, dodging, and trying to land those bigger punches. So there's two fights going on when you are in the ring. There's a fight between you and the guy you're fighting, of course, and there's the fight between you and the judges. So you're not only trying to keep away this guy with your jab and survive the round, you also have to prove that you want to win the round in front of the eye of the judges. So it's not just the guy in the ring with you, it's the judges on the outside that you're trying to get their attention. So you got to look like you're trying to win the fight. Like after those couple jabs that Lewis landed, he should have threw a right hand or a right uppercut, left hook. He might have got countered, but hey, you got to make it look like you're trying to win the fight. But just doing this, so 1, 2, and then he just 3, and then he kind of moves away. He should have threw a combination off of those 3 jabs. Great opportunity to do so. And you see, oh, beautiful. You see how Napoles is really pushing the pace. Uppercuts, hooks, both hands. Nice left hook right there. So you can't really win a fight just trying to survive. You got to really show the judges that you want to win, as well as stay safe and not get hurt by your opponent. So it's 2 fights that are going on at the same time. You see that work rate by Napoles. He's putting 3, 4, 5 punches together at a time. Lewis is just, oh, that was a nice uppercut though. He made me eat my words. Lewis is a lot more relaxed, trying to stay away from the fight. Ooh, nice left hook, right hand right there. That's what he should be doing more of. If he was moving back and doing that, I think he would get more credit, but he barely does that. He's mostly just jabbing and getting away. I believe this is the 12th round, so if this was a modern day fight, the fight would be done after this round. You could clearly tell that we're starting to see a good fight, and the fight's not over yet. We still have 3 more rounds after this one to go. Nice. Slip. Pop. Bang. Bang. Get out of there. That was pretty good. So now Hedgemon Lewis is trying to throw combinations and make it look like he's actually trying to hurt Napoles and win the fight instead of just surviving with jabs and movement. This fight's taking place at the Forum, I think in Inglewood, which used to host a lot of big fights. A lot of the old fights I watched, I always say, here, we're at the Forum out of Inglewood. I'm guessing it was a big spot for fights. Doesn't seem like that anymore, but it's more Vegas and New York now. Napoles reminds me a little bit of Archie Moore, the way he moves his body. A little bit of Archie Moore, the mongoose. Nice left to the body from Lewis. Nice left, nice right. So what we're seeing here is still Lewis is trying to use his jab, but he's not running away, but he's just not trying to confront Napoles. So rounds like this, I think he goes to Napoles just based on pressure. He is eating a lot more jabs, but they're not really affecting him. That was a nice left hook right there. That was beautiful. Not sure if that landed clean, but it looked like it did at first. Nice left from Lewis. Nice work. Now we did see a lot of feinting from Lewis in the first 7 rounds. By now that feinting has gone down because it's a real fight now. He doesn't have the space to feint like before. You need some space to feint. You could still feint from here, but you'd have to throw big punches with the feints. Not the same feints you would throw in the first couple rounds, or the first third of the fight. And that's it for round 12. So that would have been it in a modern day fight. This would have been the end of the fight. And you could clearly see that's not enough for these guys to really show who's better, who's the one with the most stamina and all of that stuff. So we'll see what happens in the last 3 rounds. That was a beautiful uppercut. Napoles was squared right there. Boom. Moved right into the uppercut, squared, and that's his weight is on his heels. Falls back a little bit. That's why when your feet aren't in the right position, it's bad, because when you do take a shot, it might have not hurt you as much, but it does knock you off balance a lot easier, and that does not look good in front of the fans and the judges. So you always want to have your feet in a good position. Alexis Arguello is one of my favorites for that. Always bent his legs, was always in good position, not really off balance much. And just by doing that, being on balance allows you to take a punch a lot better than someone who's not on balance. I've seen jabs knock down guys that are off balance, and the hardest left hooks not knock down someone that's on balance. Nice right hand. Now you see how Napoles really turning up the pace. Again, Hedgemon Lewis looks like he's trying to survive, backing up, throwing single shots. I'm not seeing too many combinations from him. Ooh, that was a nice. Ooh. Napoles is throwing a lot more punches together than Hedgemon Lewis. Ooh, that was nice by Hedgemon Lewis. That was nice work right there. Just missed. Nice left hook. Napoles is really trying to get up right now. I'd give the last few rounds to Napoles just based off him coming forward, landing the bigger punches like that. Lewis is landing he's landing really good punches, but not as often. Not with as much intensity as Napoles. Damn, we didn't even stand for this one. That was the 13th round, I think. Was that the fight? Oh, I guess I can't count.
Napoli struggling, trying to build up the points now to perhaps finish in style, and therefore perhaps get the nod of the judges with his last moment flurry here.
Oh, I thought that was the 13th round. That was the 15th round already. Well, let's see who won. Well, I thought that was the end of the 13th round. I guess I can't count. I cannot count that well.
Still the welterweight champion of the world, a winner by unanimous decision, Jose Mantequilla Napoles.
Yeah, so even though I miscounted the rounds, I guess, Lewis was doing good, but in the later rounds, you can't jab your way out. You can't jab your way into a victory over a champion, especially if you're moving back. He was landing some clean punches, but the champion was coming forward, throwing the bigger punches in combination, and that's what the judges want to see. Like I mentioned, if you want to beat a champion, you gotta take it from them. You gotta not steal it from them. You gotta take it from them. Great fight. I like what Hedgemon Lewis did in the first half of the fight, or the first third of the fight up until the 7th round. Later on, he was still being slick, but he just wasn't following the right game plan. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I apologize for miscounting the rounds. I totally thought that was the 13th round. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.